Picture this. It's 2:11 a.m. The house is quiet. The clock is loud and you're staring at the ceiling wondering why you're awake again. You didn't drink a big soda, you didn't nap all evening, but you did enjoy that little pick-me-up coffee after lunch. For many of us over 60, that one habit is quietly blocking deep restorative sleep, raising nighttime heart rate, shrinking deep sleep minutes, and triggering those 3 a.m. bathroom trips that ruin tomorrow. Here's the good news. You don't have to quit coffee to sleep better. Change when you drink it, make a couple of smart swaps, and most people feel a difference in 7 nights more solid sleep, fewer wake-ups, steadier morning energy. In the next few minutes, I'll show you the exact coffee cutoff clock most seniors get wrong, the hidden caffeine sources that sneak past bedtime, and a gentle 7-day taper that avoids withdrawal headaches. By the end, you'll know your personal cutoff time, simple, specific, and science-backed. Ready to keep your coffee and reclaim your sleep? Let's fix the timing. I'm a nutrition and sleep science educator who works with older adults on food-first strategies, simple changes that support better sleep without hype. This video is educational, not medical advice. Caffeine affects people differently, especially after 60, so use today's tips as a starting point and talk with your clinician. If you have heart rhythm issues, high blood pressure, reflux anxiety, kidney disease, diabetes, or you take medications that interact with caffeine. If you're on diuretics, beta blockers, thyroid meds, or certain antidepressants, timing matters even more. We'll keep everything practical, cautious, and evidence-informed, so you can keep the coffee you love, sleep more deeply, and wake up steady and clear. Here's how we'll fix sleep without quitting coffee. First, you'll learn why caffeine hits harder after 60 in plain English. Next, I'll reveal the exact coffee cutoff clock and how to personalize it to your bedtime. Then we'll uncover hidden caffeine sources that sabotage sleep, swap in soothing, tasty alternatives, and follow a gentle 7-day taper to prevent headaches or energy crashes. Stay to the end for a 30-second recap and a printable sleep-safe coffee clock. Quick favor, if better sleep is your goal, tap like so. YouTube shows you more science-backed sleep tips. Caffeine doesn't wake you up, it blocks the molecule adenosine that tells your brain it's time to rest. During the day, adenosine slowly builds up. At night, it helps open the door to deep restorative sleep. A cup of coffee slips in, sits on adenosine's parking spots, and you feel alert, even if your sleep pressure is high. That's normal at any age. What changes after 60 is clearance and sensitivity. Your liver breaks down caffeine using enzymes, especially one called CYP1A2. With age, liver blood flow and enzyme activity often slow down a bit, so caffeine can hang around longer. In many older adults, the half-life, or the time it takes your body to remove half the caffeine, stretches by roughly 1 to 2 hours compared with younger adults. If the average is 4 to 6 hours, that can become 6 to 8 or more when you're over 60. Translation: the 2 p.m. cup is still partially active at 10 p.m. 2 more reasons it hits harder. First, sleep architecture gets lighter with age. We naturally have fewer minutes of deep, slow-wave sleep, so anything that trims it further, like late caffeine, has a bigger impact. Second, medication stacking. Common prescriptions. Some antidepressants, certain antibiotics, cimetidine for reflux, and even over-the-counter flu or pain combos that contain caffeine can either add caffeine or slow its breakdown, amplifying alertness at night. We'll detail examples later. Finally, caffeine nudges up nighttime heart rate and blood pressure and can act as a mild diuretic, pushing more urine at the worst time. That's why many late-day coffee drinkers report those 2-3 a.m. wake and pee cycles. The punchline: you may not need less coffee. You likely need earlier coffee. The right cutoff protects your deepest sleep without giving up your morning ritual. Late-day coffee isn't the only culprit. Sneaky sources keep caffeine circulating at bedtime. Brew type matters. Ounce for ounce espresso is concentrated, but a full drip mug can deliver more total caffeine. Cold brew often runs higher than hot coffee, even in a small, because of the long steep. And decaf isn't zero. Most decaf still contains a little caffeine, enough to trim deep sleep if you drink it after dinner. Tea can be trouble. Black and green teas, yerba mate, and many energy or slim teas contain caffeine. Even matcha lattes count. Chocolate counts too dark. Chocolate and cocoa provide caffeine plus theobromine. Both can nudge your brain awake if eaten at night. Colas and energy drinks are easy to underestimate. A can may list caffeine per serving, not per container, and large bottles equal multiple servings. Then there are hidden add-ins. Check labels for guarana cola nut green tea extract coffee fruit or Focus/Energy blends in bars, gummies, pre-workouts, hydration sticks, and some pain relievers. A quick label literacy tip: if a product advertises energy, assume caffeine, unless proven otherwise. After lunch, choose herbal teas like rooibos, peppermint, or chamomile cocoa-free treats, and plain or flavored sparkling water so your cutoff time actually works. So what is the cutoff time, and how do you make it your own? Here's the simple rule. Most people over 60 never hear set your coffee cutoff clock to at least 8 to 10 hours before your target bedtime. Start conservative at 10 hours, then personalize. Why 10 hours? Caffeine's half-life is often longer after 60, so a 2 p.m. cup can still be active at 10 p.m. 10 hours gives your body room to clear enough caffeine so deep sleep can open up without forcing you to quit morning coffee. Here's how to set it in 60 seconds. Pick your target bedtime for the next 7 nights, say 10 p.m. Subtract 10 hours. That means no caffeine after 12 p.m. Noon. Everything counts: coffee, tea, colas, energy drinks, chocolate, decaf in moderation, and energy or focus supplements. Now personalize it with a 7-night mini experiment. Nights 1 through 3 follow the 10-hour cutoff. Track your time to fall asleep, number of wake-ups, bathroom trips, and morning alertness on a 0 to 10 scale. Nights 4 and 5. If sleep is clearly better, optionally test an 8-hour cutoff, last caffeine at 2 p.m. for a 10 p.m. bedtime. Nights 6 and 7, choose the better week. If 8 hours worsened, sleep lock in 10 hours as your personal clock. Early birds with a 9:30 to 10 p.m. bedtime plan, all caffeine before noon. Night owls with an 11:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. bedtime. Keep the last caffeine by 2 to 3 p.m. If your schedule is shifted, just subtract 10 hours from your bedtime, not the clock on the wall. If you're on meds that slow caffeine breakdown, or you're sensitive, keep the full 10-hour window. And remember, timing beats total. Many seniors sleep better keeping their cherished morning cup, just none after the cutoff. You don't have to white-knuckle your way through the afternoon. Swap what you sip. To match what you need, focus earlier, calm later, without wrecking tonight's sleep. If you crave that morning ritual with a coffee vibe, but less caffeine, try roasted Chicory barley coffee. It's dark, roasty, and naturally caffeine-free. Brew it like drip and splash in milk or a dash of cinnamon. Mushroom grain blends with reishi or lion's mane paired with roasted grains can deliver the warm, earthy profile with little to no caffeine. Or start the day with warm lemon ginger water. A mug of hot water with a squeeze of lemon and a few ginger slices wakes the palate and settles the stomach. For midday focus, with no 10 p.m. payback, peppermint tea gives crisp alertness without caffeine and freshens your breath after lunch. A cinnamon rooibos latte steeped for 5 to 7 minutes with milk and a shake of cinnamon tastes naturally sweet with 0 caffeine. Don't underestimate hydration. Plus a protein pair, 8 to 12 ounces of water or sparkling water alongside a small protein snack, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a handful of nuts. Steadies energy better than a second coffee. For evening comfort, that's sleep-friendly. Try a tart cherry spritzer, 1 to 2 tablespoons of tart cherry, concentrate mixed with 8 to 10 ounces of water or sparkling water about an hour before bed, light, not sugary. A magnesium seed snack, 1 to 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds or a small handful of almonds pairs well with herbal tea. Or make a gentle golden milk, warm dairy or fortified plant milk with a pinch of turmeric and ginger. Sweeten lightly if needed and avoid cocoa at night. One note on decaf. It still contains a little caffeine and can aggravate reflux for some folks. If you're very sensitive, keep decaf before your cutoff or switch to the roasty caffeine-free options above. If you've been having 2 to 4 cups a day or any caffeine after lunch, don't quit cold turkey. A gentle taper keeps headaches, irritability, and brain fog low, while your coffee cutoff clock locks in. Here's your 7-day plan. Day 1. Keep your first cup the same. Finish it with breakfast and cut any later cups by half strength. Mix half regular with half decaf or half hot water. Last sip by your cutoff. Day 2. Your first cup goes to 3/4 strength, 1/4 decaf, or 1/4 hot water. Any second cup is half strength and before noon. Day 3. Your first cup is half strength. Skip the second cup and replace it with peppermint or rooibos, plus a protein snack like yogurt or nuts. Day 4. Keep the first cup half strength in a smaller mug and add 12 to 16 ounces of water mid-morning. Day 5, swap the first cup to 1/3 strength or a roasted chicory barley blend. Enjoy the ritual, the smell, the warmth, the mug without the hit. Day 6, go decaf or caffeine-free roasty for the first mug. If you want a second warm drink, make it herbal. Day 7, lock the habit one morning, mug-only decaf or caffeine-free most days, with full caf reserved for special mornings and still before the cutoff. If headaches show up, here's your rescue kit. Hydrate 8 to 12 ounces of water on waking again mid-morning and mid-afternoon. Support minerals with a pinch of electrolyte powder or a glass of milk if you feel lightheaded. Pair any caffeine with protein and fiber eggs and whole grain toast or Greek yogurt with berries to slow the rise and fall. Move your body for 5 to 10 minutes outdoors to boost natural alertness. And if a headache hits late, try peppermint tea, a gentle neck or temple massage, and dim screens early. Track your simple wins: nightly wake-ups, bathroom trips, and morning energy on your 0 to 10 scale. Small steady drops in caffeine plus strict timing usually deliver deeper sleep within a week. If you slipped and had a late cup, don't panic, buffer it. Start with your dinner plate. Build a calm your nervous system meal protein like salmon, tofu, or chicken, fiber from beans or vegetables, and mineral-rich greens or a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds. Skip sugary desserts and chocolate tonight. Tidy up your fluid timing. Finish most of your fluids 2 to 3 hours before bed. If you're thirsty later, take small sips of water or an herbal tea without cocoa or strong mint oils that can trigger reflux. Give your brain a light reset after sunset. Keep rooms dim and warm-toned. Switch screens to night mode, and avoid bright bathroom lights. Use a nightlight. Take a mini walk for 8 to 12 minutes after dinner, then a warm shower 60 to 90 minutes before bed to help your core temperature drop. For a quick wind-down sequence, try 10 minutes box breathing 4-4-4-4 for 5 rounds. Legs elevated on pillows for 5 minutes to ease nighttime swelling and urination. And a 3-line gratitude jot to quiet rumination. If you wake at 2 a.m., don't check the clock. Sit up slow, breathe for 2 to 3 minutes, sip a tiny bit of water and do a gentle body scan. Back to bed. No phone, no bright light. Some conditions make caffeine timing extra important after 60. If you have heart rhythm or blood pressure issues, late caffeine can raise heart rate and blood pressure. Keep the 10-hour cutoff or earlier and clear changes with your cardiology team. If you take diuretics or have overactive bladder, remember that caffeine's diuretic effect plus evening fluids means more night trips. Front-load all caffeine before noon. If you deal with reflux or GERD, coffee, even decaf, can relax the muscle at the base of the esophagus. Avoid coffee after lunch and skip chocolate or cocoa at night. With diabetes, late caffeine may blunt insulin sensitivity. Favor morning-only caffeine and pair it with protein and fiber. With kidney disease, discuss total caffeine limits with your nephrologist. And for drug interactions, note that some meds' slow caffeine breakdown. Examples include ciprofloxacin, certain SSRIs or SNRIs, and cimetidine. If you notice jitters or insomnia, extend your cutoff or switch to caffeine-free options. Let's tackle a few quick questions and objections. I sleep fine after coffee. Many people feel fine, but sleep trackers often show less deep sleep and more micro-awakenings after late caffeine. Try a 7-night, 10-hour cutoff and compare your morning energy on that 0 to 10 scale. Tea is harmless, right? Not always. Black tea, green tea, matcha, and yerba mate contain caffeine. Even energy herbal blends may hide guarana. Choose rooibos, chamomile, or peppermint after lunch. Decaf at night. Decaf has a little caffeine and can still aggravate reflux. Keep decaf before your cutoff, or switch to chicory or roasted grain blends at night. What about a tiny espresso shot? Small volume doesn't equal low caffeine. A single shot can rival a small coffee, so timing still matters. Isn't cold brew smoother? Yes, but it often has more caffeine per ounce. Smooth doesn't mean sleep safe late. Headaches when I cut back. Taper, hydrate, pair caffeine with protein and fiber, and take a 5 to 10 minute outdoor walk. How do I know my personal cutoff? Start at 10 hours, test 8 hours on nights 4 and 5, and keep whichever yields fewer wake-ups and better morning alertness. Here's your 30-second recap. Morning coffee, strict cutoff, soothing swaps, 7-day taper. Set your coffee cutoff clock to 10 hours before bedtime, and once sleep improves, you can test 8 hours. Guard against hidden caffeine. Choose midday herbal options and follow the gentle taper if you've been drinking multiple cups. Build a calm night routine and adjust for your medications or conditions. If this helped, like the video, subscribe for Sleep Smart Nutrition and comment sleep to get the downloadable Sleep Safe Coffee Clock recap and the 7-day taper checklist. Here's to deeper, steadier nights and keeping your coffee in a way that respects your sleep.